Let's talk about money. And again, we have to do all kinds. This is enlightened wealth. Look, we want to be happy and powerful and peaceful, and we want to be damn rich too, you know? Nothing wrong with that. What's the big misconception out there? What do most people do? How do they play the game? That's the misconception. Who can tell me what the misconception is first?
People try to earn things. Think they need to earn more and more.
Think they need to earn more and more? That's part of it, yeah. Never enough is part of it?
You have to work harder.
Work harder, that's part of it, yeah. Chase money on people. Remember from the course, money, mind, and spirit. Right now we're going to be working with money and finances and all kinds of stuff, okay? So let's get our brain wrapped around there. Money's a tool.
Yeah, there's no rule.
What do most people do? Most people earn money, right? They want to retire at some point, right? So what's their strategy? How do most people play the money game? They work to earn money, right? Then what do? They hopefully save some money in order to retire so they can spend the money that they saved. Yes? That's what they're going to do. They're going to work and bring in money, and then they're going to have a bunch of money that's going to go towards their retirement. Yes or yes? So you know what about this strategy? The problem with this little strategy is that it's totally wrong. It's screwy. That's why 80% of individuals never become free. This is a way to retire, but remember I mentioned it in Money, Mind, and Spirit. What's the little problem here? Here you are, you retired nice and young at 60 with a certain amount of money up there. Now you're going through the money. Oh my God, did you read about the newspaper? They've got a brand new pill that allows you to live for another 50 years. But you can only if you can afford it. Not the pill, but you can afford to live the 50 years. You see the problem? What if you live too long? What if you outlive the money you've got saved? That's a problem, isn't it? Hello? Yeah, and people are doing that all the time now. So this way doesn't work in the real world. What is the true objective of the money game as per what we discussed at Money, Mind, and Spirit 1? Financial freedom. Financial freedom. And that basically works out to what did we just say it was? What about passive income? What is financial freedom? What is the object of the money game? What is what we're calling financial freedom? What's our goal here?
When you have money for free, when you have enough money that you don't have to work anymore.
Yes, right. Listen closely. Write this down, please, in big letters if you have to. Financial freedom for us, it simply means generating enough ongoing passive income to live the lifestyle we desire. Generating enough ongoing passive income to live the lifestyle we desire. Income without you having to actively work. Not residual. No. Let me really quickly go tell you my experience of the difference between passive income and residual income. Passive income means you're not working. What's that? At all. You could maybe a little bit of maintenance, that's okay. Give me an example of passive income. Revenue property, income property, for example, that's property managed. In other words, if you have to go there and fix the toilets, I don't really consider that passive. Okay? The property manager does that. Another opportunity of passive. What's an investment vehicle that'll give you passive income?
I'm carrying
Yeah, a mortgage of sorts, right? Or an IOU. Yeah? You have to do a lot to get that money in? No, it comes in every month, right? Okay, that's passive income. What's residual income? No, royalties would be passive income. Has a little bit of effort behind it probably. Sure, like for example, this program here is a monthly program. People who are in this club or this program, they pay on a monthly basis. Actually, a year program, we just cut it up so you could pay monthly. That's all it was, okay? So they pay on a monthly program. So next month, that income comes into my office. Is that true? Right? Is that residual income? Of course that's residual income. It's residual. It keeps on coming, right? Network marketing, is that residual income? Yeah. If you are active in network marketing, is that residual income or passive income? If you are not working anymore in network marketing, or very, very little, you're in Tahiti, you've been there for 6 months, but your checks keep coming, is that residual or passive? Passive. So yes, residual can turn to passive. Everything can turn to passive. And that's the intention. The intention in this program is to have you understand what vehicles you can start with and gel with, but in the end, everything has to be converted to passive income vehicles, where you are playing golf and money is going into your pocket. That's what we're looking for. Does that make sense? Okay. And in residual income, many times that's not the case. The person is still out there slogging away. Another form of residual income is a bloody salary. Comes in every month with you having to work. What's the difference? Well, the difference is usually residual means you own a portion of it pretty well. So residual income is wonderful because usually, because it's residual, if you're smart and you know how to use leverage and you understand about systemization, you can convert that to passive income. You have to know what you're going for. You've got to know your objective here. Enough passive income so you can live the life you want to live without working. Isn't that a good objective? Hello? Okay, if you don't like that objective, this isn't the program for you. If you like that objective, this is the program that will help you with both sides of that fence. All right. Again, remember, we live in a world of cause and effect. Money is a what? Result. Money is a what? Financial freedom is a result of very specific factors. Remember some of these factors. What were they from Money, Mind, Spirit? They were your income, your what? Your savings, what else? Your investments, and your buildup of passive income vehicles. Those were the key pieces, key factors that will determine how quickly you become free. Your income, how much you save of that income. In other words, what you earn, what you keep, what you grow, and what you create passively as a passive income vehicle. The law of attention states that. Anybody know what the law of attention states? Where attention goes, energy flows, and results show. One more time. Where attention goes, energy flows, and results show. Now, take a look at pretty well all successful organizations. What do? Do they track the results, yes or no? Do they track their progress, yes or no? Or do they avoid the whole subject? No, they don't avoid it, so they track it. That's why there's reports. Why is there reports and charts and bar graphs and all that kind of stuff? Why do they do that? Accountability, measurability, and what? Right. And what do they make sure that it's what? Very what? Visual. It's visual. And does that work? Well, it seems to work. Also, they allow them to keep the vision in the forefront of their mind. But I'll tell you this. One of the things that I remember very distinctly was when I was in grade 6 or 7, I remember, we had this, anybody else in here like that, where your teacher in public school put up one of these things, and you had this kind of thing like this, right? And you had this money that you were collecting for UNICEF or whatever it was. Well, we were collecting for UNICEF. And when we got a certain amount, which took a while, all of this got filled up. And then every day, our teacher would come in, and it would be a different, she would announce what the new result was. And we'd be so happy and everything, and the next day be up to here and here. And our goal was to be the first class to get to the top. And we would do anything at recess, everywhere. We'd run out and try to get money for UNICEF. And I remember we actually had other kids from other schools trying to get us money. We'd give them a box at Halloween to go get us money. It worked pretty good. I don't know why they didn't give it to their own school, but they did. We asked them, so they did, We should try that. But why did it work? How many of you had something like this ever? Does it work, yes or no? In the real world. How about the telephones? Don't they do the same thing? What if they didn't have any scoreboard? What a sleeper. Don't you turn it on just to see what the score is, what the thing says, right? And what they're looking to get? So visual display makes a huge distinction. There's a saying that says, out of sight, out of mind. Out of mind, out of action. Does that make sense? So if you want to take action on stuff, you got to keep it with you. Okay, now, again, this is going to be a little left-brainy. I'm not going to say bear with it because that would mean there's something negative about it. But we have to use both sides of our brain. We have to, this Enlightened Wealth training is all about being a whole person. That's left side, right side. That's money, spirit. That's all of it. Does that make sense at all? So we're going to get into some pieces right now because my intention is I want you to become financially free. Now, I'm expecting, what's the word? That I didn't create this sheet for nothing. First of all, you should know that for the most part of it, I used this sheet. And my finances turned around dramatically when I started using it. Is that good? Yeah. So when I ask you to use it, I'm going to ask you to use it as a tool. As a what? As a tool. The same way this is a tool. So let's go through this and see how this works. All right, number one. I'm going to go through the columns. Look down here where it says on the first column, your first column is active income, your average monthly income. And by the way, this is not something that you're going to have to look at every single week or every day or anything like that. It's generally, we're going to look at it quarterly. What it does do is it puts the factors in front of your eyes. That's why I would like you to look at it often. Look at it often. You don't have to do anything with it often. You have to look at it often. You go, where like a report from a corporation, a marketing report or an income report, where's the red flags? Where's the green flags? What do I need to be putting some more attention on right now? Which of my factors isn't working for me at all? Right? And once you go through this, you'll be able to understand that. So let's look at the first one. Active income. Who can tell me what active income is? Job, business. You are working. Here you are. There you are in the business doing what you have to do. You are working. That is active income. If you're in a network marketing company now and you're working it, that is what? Active or passive? Active. When you stop working it and it still comes, then it's passive. So if you're actively working, it's an active income piece. So what is our goal here? To what? Increase or decrease our active income? Our goal is to... hold on. Actually, that was very good. Yes. Our goal at the beginning, since it's one of the factors, right, of accumulation, our goal is to, right now, is to definitely increase our active income. Increase it dramatically. Eventually, you're right, eventually we want to see nothing in that column. But maybe 1 year is a little short for that. Okay? And we want to see nothing in active, but passive income just through the roof, right? I want you to go skip one and go over to financial freedom account. What's your financial freedom account? That's what you're building up. Now, let's talk about this specifically. Your financial freedom account, basically, is not an account. It's many accounts, probably. It's many vehicles that you are utilizing to create financial freedom. Now, two primary types of vehicles here. Number one are investment vehicles that already create passive income. In other words, what are some examples of that? Mutual funds, possibly, yeah. Passive income here, we're talking. What's that? Do stocks create passive income? What if they go down? Yes, dividends are definitely passive income. What else? Bonds, interest from mortgages, bank accounts, anything like that, right? Income real estate? Yes? Very good. T-bills. So, what's that? Capital gains? Is that passive income? Well, we won't use that right now because it doesn't create an ongoingness, okay? What's that? Later, yes, okay? So we're looking for vehicles that create passive income, investment instruments that create passive income. Your bank account is the simplest one, right? But if you keep your money in your cookie jar, then that's not one, okay? Because you're not getting anything for that. Now, of course, until we can, some people are more at different levels of how much return they get for their money, and we'll be talking about that as time goes on. But right now, let's get the basics down for everybody. Yeah.
What about
If it's income, in other words, you have your expenses, and if the income is more, then it is an income property. Then it's not passive income yet. When it's sold, it will turn to passive income. So that's the other piece here. Now let's get to the other piece. So number one is investment vehicles that can create passive income. Number two is vehicles that can appreciate in value and can be readily sold. Later on, we will convert them to passive income. Do you understand this? So there's two types of things. Things that either are passive income right now, like you buy bonds and you get 7% on them or 6%. That's passive income coming in right now. Does that make sense? And the other one is things that can appreciate in value. Give me some examples of things that can appreciate in value. Real estate, yes. Any type of real estate. What else? No, can. We're not saying will. Can. Art, yes. Gold, sure. Stocks, yes. So all collectibles, anything that's a collectible, comic book, cars, all those things, certain type of clothing, heritage, furniture, those type of things. You can collect whatever, stamps, collectibles are certainly things that can appreciate in value. Stocks, mutual funds. How about your business, a saleable business? Can that appreciate in value? Sure. So all of those can be parts of what is in this financial freedom account, right? Now, it doesn't mean if you owe, so let's take about the business side. Let's say, honey, you own your own business right now? Good. So you own your own business, and your business is worth, really in the real market today, $1 million. But you owe $850,000 worth of stuff. So you do have a saleable asset value of $150,000. Does that make sense at all? Yeah, and that at that point in time, that could be in that account. But only the 150 is what you put in there. Okay. So, and yes, can these accounts fluctuate? Well, yeah, sure. That's why when you see them, if you see your financial freedom account fluctuating too much, you may be in too risky ventures. Does that make sense at all? So you only want to take part of that financial freedom account and put that into things that fluctuate heavily. Most of this should be in more secure vehicles. Okay. I do not want you to put the value of your primary residence in your financial freedom account. Your primary residence, I do not want that included. So somebody might say, oh, well, if I don't include that, I don't have hardly anything. Right. See, it's important to know where attention needs to go. Right. You don't have hardly anything if that's your only thing. Why? Because I don't want you to be forced to leave your primary residence in order to be free. Free and homeless. That's great. Yeah, I understand you can move to a condo and all that, but I don't want you to be forced to do that. You do that, you do it by choice because you want to, not because you have to. Does that make sense to everybody? Primary residence out of your financial freedom account. It's over, everything's over and above that. Good. Let's get to the passive income. Passive income is the number 2 column. So what is passive income? It comes from all the investment vehicles that we talked about a minute ago, right? Let's say, for example, so how much do you put in there? Well, let's say you hold a mortgage for $50,000, right? Do you put $50,000 in that column, yes or no? No, because that is not your passive income. Let's say you're holding $50,000 and your interest is $4,000 a year off that. So what's your monthly income? Works out to about $330 a month. That's what you put in there. Passive income, average monthly. For that mortgage, you'd put $330. Does that make sense? It's actual. This is real stuff we want here. We want you to get a snapshot of where you truly are on your road to financial freedom. Okay. Now the other thing that is, oh yes, how about appreciation vehicles, things that can appreciate? Do those go into this passive income column? No, they don't. Not until they're sold and put into something that can bring you a certain amount of passive income. Look, folks, the passive income is real. In other words, it's income you get in a check monthly or weekly or annually. It's got to be real. It's not something that could be, should be, would have been, or might have been. It's real. It's a check. Here it is. $100, $1,000. That's it. Okay, we deal with reality in here. Is that okay with everybody? Real money. Checks coming in. Good. So, appreciation things? No, they don't go into that column. There's other columns for that. What else can go in there? How about passive income from businesses? From businesses. Let's say you're in network marketing and you're not working it, you're a little bit of maintenance, but basically you're not working, you got $2 or $3 grand coming in. Is that passive income? Does that go in that column? Yes, it does. Okay. Let's say you've written a book, or you've got a journal out there and you've got it distributed, or it's in somebody else's catalog, and when they order from you. You have to ship to the catalog company every week. Is that passive income, yes or no? No. You're the one doing the shipping. If you got a friend doing the shipping or a kid doing the shipping, it is, okay? It's systemized. Okay, let's say there's a distributor that you've got, and the catalog orders from the distributor, and you just get your checks. Is that passive income? That's passive income. That would go into that column. Let's go to the consumer debt. That's another piece here that I want some of you to work on. Again, another factor, because it's going to be very difficult for you to be thinking about financial freedom when you're up to your ears in debt. So for some of you, part of your money has to go into clearing your debt on an ongoing basis. Debt is really a drag when it's consumer debt. What it means is that you've borrowed from the future to pay for the past. Does that make sense at all? You're borrowing from your future money to pay for your past, whatever you've done. Not present whatsoever. It's not a good situation to be in. And until you can begin the movement of clearing the debt, you will not appreciate the movement and progress you need to make in the other arenas. Because you'll be thinking debt minus underground. Your mentality will be red instead of black. Do you understand that? Okay, there's a big distinction between people who are in debt and people who are looking to be financially free as quickly as possible. So I want you to start making some strides towards moving out of consumer debt. What does consumer debt mean? Credit cards, consumer loans, those type of things. So now you know what this is about. This is about putting attention on specific areas in your financial arena, right? Yes? Good. The question you always want to be asking yourself each month and committing to this question. This is the question you want to commit to. You want to commit to this question and say, each month I will ask myself this question. I'm going to ask you it right now. How can I enhance one or more of my fields here? That's it. How? You don't ask, can I? You ask, how can I enhance or improve one or more of those fields? Now, sometimes you might look at it and you might go, I think I'm going to work on active income. I've just got to start making a bit more money. That's the key thing here, okay? For someone else, it might be, hey, I'm doing okay money-wise earning, but I'm not keeping anything, and I'm not putting anything away. I got to start really putting more money away in my financial freedom account. Someone else might say, hey, you're not starting to go pretty good or whatever, but this month I really want to work on doing something for my passive income. How many would like to do something for their passive income this month? Good. So maybe it's starting something, getting in. Maybe it's either because network marketing. How many of you are in network marketing? Raise your hands. A lot of you. So network marketing is very good for the possibility of converting residual income into passive income. Focusing on your company, finding a new company, joining up with a network marketing company, recommitting, whatever it is for you. Whatever you're doing. That could be one arena. Another one could be, for me, it could be starting to, well, I just got a letter today from a fellow who wants me to do an infomercial down in Los Angeles. I just did a program down there a couple of days ago. So normally I don't look at that kind of mail, but since I'm really heavily working on my passive income, I'm really interested in talking to this guy now. Does that make sense at all? Yeah, so, or writing a book or getting something out there to give you leveraged income, passive income. Okay. So what I'd like for you to do right now is I would like you to consider one, how many? Simply one action you can take in any one of those arenas that you can do for the coming month. One action, and write it down. As you're writing, I'll suggest a few things that could come up for some people. But write down one action in any one of the arenas. For some people might say, cut up my credit card, or pay down the old loan, or get involved in a new business, or start writing a book, or buy a mortgage, or sell some of my stocks that are pretty high these days and reinvest them into something rental income or rental property. Or I know one thing I have to do is I have to change one of my RSPs from a loser to a winner, or something mediocre would be fine at this point. I got one that's losing money. So I got to do that right away. Or more delegation in my business so I can systemize easier. Or putting more emphasis on marketing so I'm working on income versus production all the time. Okay, so anything you want, just make sure you've got a single action. Yeah.
On the passive income, do you count income from your RSPs?
Yeah, the question is, do you count income from your RSPs even though they're not accessible to you? They will become accessible to you. So the answer is yes, you would. Sure. If we keep on throwing these things in your face, there's a good chance you might pick up on the idea that you need to take some action on some of them. Right? Does that make sense? But if you never know what it is you have to take action on, how are you going to know? And that will be changing. Now, I want to, sometimes in this program, I'll find articles or whatever that I want to share with you, and in order to just present a possibility of maybe someone getting into a business or not. I was all over the States over the last week and a half, and they have a paper down there called USA Today that's very popular, and of course we have it up here. But this was an article on a company called eBay. It says, eBay erupts. Net auctioneer's volcanic success looks unstoppable. Have you ever heard of eBay? eBay is a internet company that basically is like an auction house, and you can sell anything. It's like a flea market basically, but it's done by auction. And I'm not going to get into explaining the whole thing, except that you can pretty well sell anything and everything on this deal, and they have subscribers that pay them a percentage of what is sold. And right now, well, just so you'll know how the company's doing, it's very new, and in September, it offered its stock to the public at $18 a share. It immediately went to $47. Today, it's $239. This is after dropping $39 on Thursday. It has more than 1 million registered users and processes over 700,000 auctions a day. Ranks as the #2 site in time spent in this on the service per month, according to Yahoo. I'm sorry, according to Media Matrix, and #1 is Yahoo. So it's right after Yahoo. Is that good or good? Started in September. Is that good or good? Okay, so here's what I want to bring to your attention. What I want to bring to your attention is this little line over here that says, the company has some rough areas to work on. It is missing a huge opportunity by failing to get into localized auctions. And analysts say, for some products such as furniture and cars, buyers want to be near sellers so they can pick up what they've bought. eBay has not announced any plans to move into any local auctions. That's called a what? That's called a major opportunity here. Major opportunity for those of you who are ready to spring on something pretty big. So what I'm bringing to your attention here is that they know, and it's been stated, that certain items are done better locally than nationally. True or true? And they've stated a couple of them. Cars and furniture, for one. Things that are hard to ship. Hello? Okay? And so you know that this company is probably one of the monster companies of the year. And in all of history, actually, already. And it's so young. And it's just blowing the doors off of everything. So you know the concept works. You also know the niche they're missing. You guys need more clues? So here's what I would suggest. For those of you who are interested, it doesn't even say what the WW is, but maybe somebody knows. www.ebay.com. All right? What's that? Yeah, ebay.com. Check it out. See if it's something that maybe you could see your way clear to. Again, you don't have to be, you're an entrepreneur. You don't have to be an internet guru to do this. You have to be the entrepreneur who sees the opportunity and finds an internet guru to work with. And you both do it together. And then you go public or whatever you do. But from time to time, as I said, I'm not saying that this is the right opportunity for you, but I can guarantee it's the right opportunity for somebody. Hello? Absolutely. Maybe you want to specialize in cars. Maybe you want to specialize in furniture. Maybe you want to do the same thing but make it Vancouver only. Because a lot of people might want to deal only with local people for exactly the same thing. See, once someone has taken a niche of national, it is very difficult for them to come back and revert back to be local. So if someone's taken local, they can expand national, but it's hard to go the other way. And on the internet, people are always thinking worldwide, 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 right? But what they're not thinking often is local, local, local. And local, local, local could be a fantastic niche. Does that make sense at all? Yeah. Okay, so I thought I will continue to bring back. Do you want me to continue to bring back stuff from the States and whatnot? And because I bring, I'll start bringing in the LA weeklies and the San Francisco stuff. Like, you can see what's hot and what's not in those weekly magazine type things that they come out with. Like how now it's now in, where are we here? Vancouver. What do you have as a Vancouver thing? What's the Vancouver one? Georgia Strait? The Georgia Strait, that one, right? Right? That kind of gives you what's hip, what's going on, right? I was just down in, where was in LA about a month. I was just there a couple of days ago, but I was there a month ago. Picked up the LA Weekly. You know that Thai bow exercise stuff, which is like the kickboxing and the whole thing, right? Do you have any clue of how many of those type of studios are opening down there? I saw 6 of them advertised alone in that one paper. Grand opening, grand opening, grand opening. What is that going to tell you? What does that tell you about Vancouver? It's going to come soon. What does that tell you about you? Get on it now. They're opening like crazy down there. So I'll continue.